Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Wednesday, April the 30th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local share market is set to continue its recent rally with ASX futures up around 1/3%. Signs of progress in US tariff negotiations helped global equities higher overnight. On Wall Street, the major stock indices were modestly higher, with the S&P 500 registering its sixth straight session of gains. The Dow was led by gains in Honeywell after reporting a rise in adjusted profit for the first quarter, and Coca-Cola closed higher after beating revenue and profit estimates. UPS slipped after its quarterly results and said it would cut 20,000 jobs as it sheds deliveries for Amazon. And General Motors and JetBlue Airways have pulled their annual guidance despite strong quarterly results from the car maker, with President Trump sent to soften the impact of auto tariffs. Wells Fargo gained after announcing a stock buyback program of up to $40 billion. And as President Trump marks 100 days in the White House, a glimpse of the winners and losers among US stocks shows data analytics provider Palantir has surged nearly 60% as the Department of Defense prioritises its software. Conservative cable news channel Newsmax, which debuted at the end of March, has risen more than 60% since its IPO. And the gold miners have surged, tracking the bullion price, with the world's largest gold miner Newmont up around 30%. And Canada's share market rose as the governing Liberal Party, led by the newly installed Mark Carney, claimed victory in the general election in a result seen as a rebuke to Donald Trump's trade policies. Well, US consumer confidence has slumped to a 5-year low on growing concerns over the impact tariffs are having on the economic outlook. And US job openings have fallen to the lowest since September to 7.19 million, although a decline in job losses suggests that the labour market has remained solid. And the US trade deficit in goods widened to a record high in March as businesses increased efforts to bring in merchandise ahead of the tariffs. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has taken measures to reduce the impact of automotive tariffs on foreign parts used in US manufactured cars, and China has exempted ethane from its 125% tariff on US imports. The US 10-year Treasury yield fell for the sixth consecutive day to a 3-week low of 4.18%. The 2-year was down to 3.66%. And the US dollar has lifted while also benefiting from month-end buying. The Aussie is little changed at 63.9 US cents. And Bitcoin is around 94,500 US dollars. Oil prices have fallen about 2% to a 2-week low as investors brace for OPEC Plus to boost output. Brent crude futures at $64 a barrel. Copper fell more than 0.5%. Iron ore off slightly at $99 a tonne. And gold has fallen on perceived easing of US-China trade tensions. US gold futures are off by about 0.4% at $3,333 an ounce. Well, locally today, the focus will be on the quarterly inflation read, with the core consumer price index expected to have increased 0.7% in the first quarter, taking the annual rate to within the Reserve Bank's target range of 2 to 3%. Among the quarterly reports we get today are Amcor, Champion Iron, Coles, Coronado Resources, Mirvac, Origin Energy, Perseus Mining, Stockland and Westgold. That's your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.